through 14 weeks in this league. Without question, Jalen Hurts is the most valuable player of this league. And I know I've gone back and forth, started with Josh Allen, midseason said it's Mahomes. But now that we are seeing what the Eagles are doing after their first loss of the year, division opponent at home, it can happen. Obviously, going undefeated is difficult. And then pulling one out on the road against Indianapolis, not that terrific. But guess what? The Philadelphia Eagles put up 40 on Green Bay, eviscerated Tennessee, which decided to can its general manager after that game, and then followed it up by telling the New York Giants, it ain't happening for you. Your magic carpet ride where you think you can win this division, it's not only not happening, you might not do it for years because we are the Philadelphia Eagles with Hurts and Sanders and Brown and Smith and defensively coming at you. Coming at you. They damn near put a 50-burger on the Giants in MetLife in the cold, in the rain. They are equipped. It's going to be one of those sunny days in your neighborhood. Guess what? They're equipped. How about a neutral field in a dome? They are equipped. And this quarterback, I can't root enough for Jalen Hurts. And I know it's tough for Cowboys fans to hear and Giants fans to hear because he plays for Philadelphia and Washington fans to hear because he plays for Philadelphia.
Nobody roots for us.
But in the same way, if Purdy walks in the building as this guy who's the last pick in the draft, the most relevant, Mr. Irrelevant ever, strolls into Philadelphia.
He's getting worked.
You could sit here and say that because of the way that Philadelphia is working people right now.
Well, Eagles are really good.
And the way that they are working people, you got to give it up to Sirianni, who is saying it with his chest. You take a look at his first press conference in Philadelphia, and you're wondering, can he talk straight?
It's like a 180.
Can he put sentences together?
Yeah.
And now he's like saying it with his chest and screaming primarily and yelling, and they're not only following him, and he's the one who put the Jalen Hurts T-shirts on last year when everyone's wondering, well, all those draft choices that they're stockpiling, it's for whoever they want to draft or go and get Deshaun Watson because Hurts ain't the guy. And we were all saying Hurts ain't the guy. A lot of people were because of Hurts not being the guy in Alabama. Lost his gig to Tua in a national championship game. And then he goes to Oklahoma because Alabama told him, you can go. And by the way, he stuck around for a year in the world of everybody wants to get the hell out if you're not going to play me.
He didn't
which
complain.
is apparently the way rumor that Tua got the gig to begin with.
True.
And so
Wait a minute, Rich, was that Tua was going to leave if he didn't get?
that's the rumor.
Okay.
That was the hot rumor that night. As it was happening, next day after they won it all, it was like if they didn't put Tua in there, he was going to tell Nick, adios. And so Hurts, the way that he gets in the league, and then Philadelphia drafts him, I'm like, why are you drafting him? Carson Wentz is the guy here, right? And then he wasn't. And then Hurts shows some ability, but can he do it? And then he gets the gig after Doug Peterson gets bounced. And then he starts getting his sea legs under him, but they are just the 7th seed limping in, and Tom Brady won and done him last year. Who's this kid? And this kid is showing you who he is. He's the most valuable player of this league and a superstar.
Boom.
Could you imagine that NFC Championship game? Holy cow. And I can imagine it because it sure looks that way, with all due respect to your Cowboys. They show up in the playoffs like they showed up yesterday, like they deserve to win just because of the number of wins they've already gotten. That's going to be a wrap. But maybe it could be just one of those games where
Kind of played.
they got the scare in them, and they could. But I'm just looking at the landscape in the NFC through this weekend, through 14 weeks. Vikings lost a tough one on the road in division to a Lions team that's much better. I'm just looking at the landscape right now, and I'm just, as you know, I'm not I'm more of a storyline guy than an X's and O's all 22 guy. And the storyline I'm seeing in San Francisco, last pick in the draft, suddenly coming to the fore and the rescue to try and send this team eventually into Philadelphia, where a once upon a time second-round draft choice that folks were wondering, why is he a second-round draft choice, let alone being drafted by this team? Now, not only becoming the absolute starter of the team, but the absolute starter of the league and a superstar who can beat you every which way with his legs, his arm, or his heart. Holy cow. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.